Hey, what's up, guys? So today I have a pendulum deck profile, an Endymion deck profile that many of you have been requesting for. I played this list with I think no changes at all throughout the entire second half of the Crush Card Cup hosted by SEMO. Overall, I finished 30th place, going X3 out of 512 players, which is not too bad. I switched to pendulums in the second half, so I played it for about 4 or 5 rounds. So I really enjoy this deck. I think it's an insane meta call. Because it just has a really good matchup against Eldritch. Even though I did lose to Eldritch, I think once. It's still, I think, a favorable matchup. But without any further ado, we'll get right into the deck profile. So I start off with Chronograph. I like Chronograph a lot. It's a dark and it's a free special summon, which lets you tutor out Crowley. And tutoring out Crowley is really important because it gets you to the spellbook engine. You have the 3 Endymion. I think it's one of the best cards in the deck. It's just it's amazing going first or second. It has a negate. It can blow up the whole board. There's really not much to say about this card. I really like this card. I played Triple Abductor. It's a turbo card. It gets you a plus, so that's why I play it. It's essentially the pseudo replacement for Servant nowadays. But I also really like her because of the fact that she's a level 4, so she makes Abyss Dweller. But also because of the fact that she can search souls, which is why I only play 2 souls, because it's searchable off of Abductor, and hard drawing multiple is really bad. You play Magister of Endymion as a 1-of. I never really liked this card. I think this card is good though if you can get it off, because it has a monster effect that no one knows about, which is that you can remove 3 counters from the field and then special summon any card that can hold a pendulum or hold a spell counter from your deck, which means you can special summon Reflection from your deck and then bounce the card on their turn, and they usually don't expect it. Oops, sorry. Take their card out. Don't worry, I actually really like Magister, guys. Then I played Basilisk, which is a card that not a lot of people play. I really like this card because it's essentially a second upstart. It's a free mulligan and it goes into your extra deck, which is used as a free resource for Abyss Dweller. But also because of the fact that it's more cards to trigger off Institution, and I'll explain that later why I want to constantly trigger off Institution. But there's all really cute plays with Basilisk because you actually shuffle back any spellcaster. People don't realize that. So you can actually shuffle back Time Gazer, so you can continue. You can use Chronograph again. You can shuffle back Servant because it's pretty much dead in the extra deck, because you don't want to pen this card out. You want this card in your pen scale. Then you play Garuda. Garuda is really nice. It going second, it can obviously hit back row, so you can break the board a lot easier. But going first, it's a hand trap, so that's always super nice. So that's why I like the Garuda. I played double Jackal King and then triple Master Serb. I know a lot of people cut Master Serb to 2. I played at 3 even though I don't want to, but I play it just because you can't play Institution at 3 and not play Master Serb at 3. It just doesn't make sense. And Master Serb plus Institution is a 2-card search Servant, and then it's just so broken. Yeah, you play double Reflection just because you don't want to banish it off Allure. Off Desires. And because of the fact that it's a low scale for the deck. It's a Pen 2 or Pen 2 scale. It's also a level 7, which helps you make Absolute. So that's the main reason why you really want Reflection at 2. Also helps you break boards because it can bounce the opponent's cards. And of course, you want this card in the graveyard with Endymion because bringing it back off Celine is really impactful. You play the 1-of Servant, Rip Servant. This card is amazing. It's not much to say. It's a pseudo call by. It's a monster negate. It plays around. This card in itself puts up so much pressure on the opponents if they have hand traps. That's it's just insane. You play the 1 Time Gazer. This card actually comes up a lot. It used to be a brick, but because of the fact that Conquistador, aka Eldritch, is in the meta, normal summoning or pen summoning Time Gazer is really nice because it can protect your scale from getting popped against Conquistador, which is really impactful, I believe. Lair of Darkness for consistency and draw power, and it's a spell. I play the Field Spell. Not a lot of people play this card, but I really like it because this card lets you resolve Servant, Abductor. It lets you resolve all those power cards without having that card in before having those cards. Essentially, you just want more cards to hold counters, and that's the reason why I play Citadel. Like the reason why you want more cards to hold counters is so that you can essentially resolve big Endymion. Like that's the game plan. Store as many counters as possible. Have counters so that you can play around Nibiru if you like have to, like if you're forced to pen out the Jackal King. Have counters for Master Serp to like banish like the Eldritch, which is also why I think Master Serp at 3 is not the worst, because against the Eldritch matchup you can just banish their traps, or you can just banish the Golden Lord, which is like really impactful. Then you play Triple Institution for consistency. This card is insane. It searches Servant. Searches like a lot of cards in your deck. Also, every time a Mystical Beast card is destroyed, this gains 2 counters, so it's like just insane. You play Triple Desires. This card is like another consistency card. You play, if you look at how many draw spells you play 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. You play 8 draw spells. So like it just basically makes your deck like 32. That's like a bad way to look at it, but that's how I see it. And then you have like 3 spell power mastery, just like consistent ways to get to big Demon to blow up the whole board, or a Servant. You play only one of each. I think they're like absolute bricks. I like don't want to see them at all. Like maybe like Secrets is fine, maybe Blue Boy's fine, but like a lot of these cards are like bricks. So I'd rather have them at 1, and like I want to use Crowley to search them instead of hard drawing them. So that's like my general thoughts around these cards. And then I play the 1 of Upstart just because the spell makes your deck 1% more consistent, 1% chance to see all your cards, so that's like really nice. So now we're going to like the extra deck. So the extra deck is Vortex, obvious. Dweller, this card's insane. I like this card a lot because having a full board and Dweller means you play around Dark Ruler no more, even more, because you can just shotgun it in standby phase. Absolutely, just because this card is crazy. It gets spellcasters in your graveyard so that you can resolve Selene really well. You play Appaloosa just because there's situations where you end up on a mediocre board, so you have to like make the Appaloosa. Borosaur, just push for game. Sometimes you make this. It's okay, I would say. Cross Sheep is amazing. You do it with like the absolute play in order to get into Vortex, which lets you summon an extra body for Selene. Crowley's insane, not much to say. Resolving this card, if it's resolvable, it's like usually game. Breaker's insane, breaks the whole board because it's a board breaker. It hold counters and it baits out like interruptions from the opponent. So I like Daybreaker a lot. There's also situations where like the extra 1 spell counter lets you like pen summon the Jackal King successfully to negate a cards if you have another if you have like if you only have 1 spell counter on the field and you need to get 1 more before you pen summon, Daybreaker is a good option for Jackal King. You play IP Masquerena just because it's because of pen summoning, the mechanic, you get so many free bodies that like IP is just insane. Phoenix and Unicorn, not much to say. They're generic removal. They're nice to make with IP. You play Triple Selene because she's like literally crazy, one of the best cards in the deck. And then I have a Cesco Talker here. I just replaced, which is the old Link 4 I used to play, Abomination, with a Cesco Talker or Access Code Talker. The reason why I play Access Code Talker now is because if you look at your extra deck, you have Earth, you have Dark, you have Fire, and you have like Light. So you can like pop 4 times with like Access Code Talker. It's just way better Abomination. I used to play Abomination back then when like there were awkward plays where like I have to like link off this lead into Abomination to like push for game. And like the only Link 4 you could make with Selene is like Appaloosa or Abomination at that time. So like now I just make Access Code Talker and just so busted. Side deck Denko's FTK against any back row deck. You can like not use your normal summon and just kill them with like all your cards. Spear mode, not much to say. You don't use normal summon, so you can make full impact of like power side cards. That's why Pendulum's like insane. You play Dark Ruler. It's a spell, like generates you so much advantage. No reason not to play it. Sacred Village, play around Dark Ruler, not much to say. Terraforming, because this card says put 2 spell counters on my card, which is important because you want to resolve Abductor, Servant, or any other power Pendulum cards as much as possible. Reboot, FTK against trap decks. Lightning Storm, it's just you want to play Lightning Storm over evenly, because Lightning Storm is a spell, so it generates you advantage for Selene, but also because Lightning Storm can also be sent off like souls if you draw multiple, but also because like Lightning Storm lets you keep your battle phase, so you can just kill them, which is like the game plan. Like there's no need to like have a turn 3, just kill them. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the deck profile. If you enjoyed this, please let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. What changes you would make? Do you like, yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know if you want to see more deck profiles. But other than that, thank you guys, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.